On this episode of DC On Screen, we are giving our thoughts on Shazam, Fury of the Gods, as well as discussing some of the aftermath of the film's box office failure. I do want to apologize for the audio quality of the episode. There was a technical issue I wasn't aware of until after the show. If this is your first time listening, we usually sound better. One more thing, Jason and I are very excited to tell you we are giving away 5 free digital copies of Batman: The Doom That Came to Gotham. To enter, leave us a 5-star written review on Apple Podcasts, or you can share our show on social media with the hashtag DCOSDoom. We'll use a random number generator to pick the winners, and that will be announced on April 17th. That's it. Enjoy the show. Welcome into DC On Screen, bringing you news and reviews of the DC Multiverse on film and television since 2015. I am your host, David C. Robertson, and this, the Skittles to my human-hating unicorn, Jason Goss.
Stabby, stabby.
Taste the rainbow, mother effer. Oh, man. So, in case you I haven't realized we're going to be doing a Shazam Fury of the Gods review today and talking a little bit, and I do mean a little bit, I guess, about the aftermath of that movie.
Yeah. Has to be done. Has to be done.
High-level thoughts. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a fun movie.
No, I completely agree.
Like, I have my little issues.
Review done. This has been fun.
Oh, in a lot of ways, yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I mean,
in terms of like how much I took away from my enjoyment of it, and like how much it continues things. Yeah, I'm not being that cynical here. I enjoyed it, and all right, we're good here. We're out.
Yeah, like it was fun, and it was a good family superhero movie, and I laughed several times.
Oh, definitely.
I really enjoyed seeing Mr. Mind in that second credit sequence, and already lamented not being able to ever see him again.
Good to see Strong can grow a beard or tape one on.
So, you know, I had problems with the movie, but I don't think any of them are problems that would have been like, I don't understand so much how this movie got to whatever it was, 40, 50 something % on Rotten Tomatoes. And look, the audience, we think Rotten Tomatoes is bullshit. We don't like the way they do things, the way that it's aggregated.
Oh, it's a shite system.
But the
front to back.
One, the general audience seems to pay attention to it and make decisions based upon it. And two, the audience score is way higher. It's like 85. Yeah. So clearly, you know.
I mean, I'm not saying this is a perfect film, but I also don't feel like we should even be approaching what we're going to talk about right now in that kind of way. Like, I'm not apologizing for this shit. That was a good movie. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. And you know what? I know I've said that already on the show. It was full of heart, man. It was.
It had really good character beats.
I straight up cried in the theater a couple times about the family shit.
I didn't, but...
I mean, when she wants to hug him one more time before he flies off.
I know.
God damn it.
Hey, you know what would have actually made me cry?
What?
If they had his freaking brothers and sisters there with him when he sacrificed his life, instead of them riding around on friggin' unicorns in the city somewhere else.
I mean, I would like to spread the, assault if I were him. Strategically, I get that.
For like...
But I've never been, a Marvel, so I don't know. Maybe that's not the best choice.
Yeah. I'm just like, I feel like if the movie failed at all, and I don't think it failed, it got a C in some regards, and that C was well earned because, one of the things I loved about the first movie is the interaction between the kids, and when we see the interaction between the kids most of the time in this movie, they're not the kids, they're the superheroes. And I was really more interested in seeing the way Billy interacts with the kids that he lives with, like his brothers and sisters. And we just didn't see that. We saw how Shazam acts with his Shazamly. And as fun as it is, Zachary Levi and Asher Angel do not act the same. Like, Asher Angel actually acts more
Shazamist?
mature, I was going to say. More adult-like.
He's got the Z part.
Mm-hmm. And I was very, like, I feel like there were some missed opportunities. I don't think any of that is why it is absolutely flopping. And if somebody wants to take issue with me using the word flop, that's fine. But you're wrong. It is flopping hard. It's not deserved, but it is. It's flopping hard.
Honestly, the only thing I would take issue with is, like, whether it was expected to or not. I think the marketing alone pointed out that this was not where they had their money invested.
Oh yeah, when you've got Shazam: Fury of the Gods coming out in a matter of weeks, and all your marketing constantly is the Flash.
I mean, all of it monetarily. Do you know how much it costs to run a Super Bowl ad?
I just wonder how well we would have done with Shazam if they had run a Super Bowl ad for it.
Possibly, but that's actually something that I'm curious about. Is like there was a decision probably, but between running one of those two, and Shazam doesn't have. I mean, it's its own little pocket in certain ways, as you know, hell, everyone down to producers has pointed out. So I kind of wonder. I mean, had they done that instead of Flash, I just think it would hurt Flash too.
Yeah. Probably.
So I kind of agree with the idea to do it in, you know, other way around, but damn, it hurt.
Yeah. I mean, look, in my opinion, there's not a lot here as far as Shazam: Fury of the Gods. Like, they did a fine job with what they did, but, you know, I kind of feel like in this day and age, and the numbers are backing me up on it, like, in order, and I was just talking to Pud 333 over on Twitter about this. We were to become a box office success, you really do need to have like a really high score on the aggregate websites. Your superhero film needs to be a part of a larger mythology, and that story is going somewhere. Like, people need to have real FOMO about it to spend the money to go to the theater. Otherwise, they're going to streaming. They're just going to wait for it to go to streaming. And now, of course, we've got, you know, Shazam is coming out a month after it hit theaters on streaming.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and, you know, I've talked to plenty of people who are like, I hear that this is not going to matter. This isn't part of a big universe anymore. It's not going anywhere. It's already canceled. Which is something James Gunn has not said, by the way. James has said the opposite, that Shazam actually fits in really well with this upcoming DCU. And if it does well, it could go, but it's just not going to do well. Hopefully, Gunn
it's gonna die
keeps it around
fed
anyway.
on the vine like that.
Yeah, but you know, with that,
It's hilarious that like the week. Oh, it's hilarious that after that, literally John Wick is gonna kill it.
I mean, it bums me out because I want to see the ending of the Shazam family, or like a good closure point. Like,
Oh, I know.
I want to
agree.
I want to see that moment when he says Shazam and it's actually Asher Angel. The same to me, like the introduction of Mary being her same self in superhero form,
Which was cool. Also, Asher, damn. Congrats to him and his workout regimen. That kid has been hitting the gym, and I appreciate that. Good job, buddy.
Yeah, so to me, like, that is the natural endpoint for a trilogy, is Asher Angel becoming, like, being confident enough to be his own superhero.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we get it, it will only be because James Gunn is friends with Zachary Levi and has a plan to, like, keep costs low, maybe integrate something else with it. You know what I mean? Like, if they do, like, a Justice Society show,
or something like that, and have him involved. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
I mean, that is one of the selling points of continuing Shazam right now is it's really low budget comparatively.
Not low budget enough.
I mean, it is to have made the money. Like, to have... It bought itself. Let's put it that way.
Not yet, it hasn't.
Give it
Worldwide, it's only gotten to 102 million. So...
Give it a minute.
I know. I mean, it's not going to be long before it's out on streaming, but I think that is where a lot of their money, streaming and DVD, Blu-ray is where they'll pick up a lot of their money, sadly. And I don't think they'll count it because they never do. But
well, there's no metric that we'll ever know about because that's how that works.
Yeah, it's just sad because it's not like an epic. I mean, it is pretty epic in places, but it's not like some like integral piece to a sprawling epic. And I think just by virtue of Black Adam not being great, I think it hurt it. I don't think The Rock telling them they can't use 2 Justice Society members, which, by the way, Warner Brothers, why are you letting The Rock tell you what to do?
I mean, to be fair, like, The Rock is one of the reasons we got this far, because he kind of came in and said, we're going to do this. Like, Shazam getting posted is part of the reason that this got that far.
Except, unfortunately, The Rock doesn't want anything to do with Shazam and didn't want him in his movie and all that crap.
Yeah, I know. But I still think, like, there was a lot that he did that furthered things that, like, literally, I think he walked into some rooms and kept some bits of this dream alive while, unfortunately, killing other parts of it by just not watering it enough, if that makes any sense.
Or with hubris and unrealistic demands.
Yeah, a little bit of both. It gives in its take, you know. That's going to be a hard thing to reconsider.
Yeah. I'm seriously I'm in a place where I'm like, I am so done with this bullshit. It seems like every freaking movie.
The overall bullshit.
Yeah, dude.
Just in general.
It seems like every freaking movie we've got to deal with some kind of damn drama. Like, oh, well, The Rock didn't want to be a part of this and shunned Shazam.
You want some crazy shit. You want to just actually go see a movie and enjoy it.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
God damn it. Crazy dream, Dave. Let me know if we ever get there.
I would love to just go to a movie and be like, hey, I don't remember hearing any kind of thing about this movie. There's nothing behind the scenes. Nobody strangled anybody. You know, Kang the Conqueror isn't over here like hurting people in real life.
God, that's one of those weird ones where, like, fuck, I didn't see that coming.
The Rock isn't over here like saying, no, my arch nemesis Shazam can't be in the movie.
Yeah.
No, I won't be the villain in the second Shazam movie. Why? What?
You also, I presume, don't want to be told that somebody is going to be brought back. Even some major casting is going to be brought back, and then a month and a half later, told that is definitely not happening. And
yeah. And look, not for nothing, man. I think a big problem, like I said on Twitter, Shazam: Fury of the Gods is not one thing. It's not just because of The Rock. It's not just because of Rotten Tomatoes. It really is. It's not just because of marketing. It's death by 1,000 cuts. It is everything. It comes out at a terrible time when only The Flash is being marketed and is pretty much resetting the DC universe. Everyone thinks
marketing
that
abandoned this movie. Like,
everyone,
marketing gave the fuck up on this movie.
Everyone thinks that Shazam is not going to count, that it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
And I would say if The Flash does well, it will be because of Michael Keaton's Batman, for sure. Like,
I mean, I know Affleck coming back is interesting, but yeah, if I were just doing like a focus group version of, do I agree with you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be because it's kind of an amalgamation of generations of possible interest that might come together to make this viewable in like a mass sense. But, oh God, my projections right now for The Flash are not good if I were doing them.
Yeah. And my projections for Flash are better than Blue Beetle or Aquaman 2, which are also coming out this year somehow.
I mean, I know, but they have more time to get the marketing involved.
They won't, though.
See, I wonder. I mean, I get that Shazam just got, pushed to the side. Like, we've already made it. I love that Sandberg has himself, like, fluttered away by a demon. Just, that seemed metaphorically right. But that I don't think, like, the money... I don't think the money was here for that. I think they've put more in the Flash, like pot committal, like I said on Twitter before. I don't think you can not put everything into the movie. But then, that's been a month and I haven't seen another real push. So I don't know. I mean, seriously, buying a fucking Super Bowl ad cost millions. Especially earlier on. Like, millions. You could buy like 4, Academy Award-winning actors for the money you would spend on that one ad for 30 seconds if you wanted to.
Same time, they probably would have been better off just put the Super Bowl ad, do the Super Bowl ad, and don't spoil the Wonder Woman cameo.
Well, I think spoilers in general are a problem right now. I mean, genuinely, like Black Adam would have done better without the spoilers about Cavill. There would have been a much bigger like second week, show out for people that just wanted to come see it because they thought, oh shit, he actually shows up.
They just pre-opening weekend in hopes of getting those opening weekend monies instead of just letting people go out and then come back and be like, holy shit, Cavill.
Yeah.
And then of course they just kind of squandered all that. I don't know. I'm having some problems. I'm having some problems, honestly, just being happy with Warner Brothers or in the fandom and all of it. Like, I thought about posting a first look last week, and I was just like, you know what? No. Like, I was like, I'm going to change it to something else where I'm like talking about the fandom and the state of Warner Brothers. And then I just like, as the week wore on, I saw more and more stories coming and more fan vitriol. I just got so bummed. It was just not what I wanted to deal with. And I didn't know what to say.
It happens.
Because like, I think there were some actual like issues that I had with Shazam, Fury of the Gods. Like, Mary went out and got drunk. She had a hangover. We didn't get any kind of resolution to her arc. Like, she's just still there with the family. No, she wants to go to college. She wants to live a life. I need the resolution to that story. I mean,
honestly, I thought that was just kind of like taken for read that was going to go somewhere. Also, like, dear God, the applications for college alone are harder than college. I mean, no lie. That would make me want to drink more than actually being in a class in college. That shit's terrible. And I like what she was doing there. I liked her part of the story in general. That she's kind of the source of knowledge, for the whole group. Yeah. That she actually does the studying seems fitting, and she owns that pretty thoroughly. I don't know, as they broke up, as they kind of specialized, I enjoyed it. Like, the other major star for me, obviously, like, come on, Freddie killed it again.
Who did?
Freddie.
Oh yeah, Freddie was great. Like,
Freddie got fucking great.
Freddie got the bulk of the screen time. Like, he got more character development than Billy did. Weirdly.
Yeah, seriously. Like,
and yet, I still kind of wanted a little more exploration of why he was like wanting to run off by himself. I mean, we know that it was because Billy was freaking out about being abandoned and was like really pushing for all of them to do everything together. And I kind of wanted a little more. Like, I felt like there was just a little bit more I wanted from like the child versions of the family. I wanted to see their relationships living together as siblings, not as superheroes in the Rock of Eternity. But I mean, all of that sounds like so much worse than it actually was, because I really did enjoy the movie a lot.
Yeah. I really did. I mean, I smiled for basically 2 hours. Like, even in the Rock of Eternity, where you say you want to like see more of them as children,
Yeah.
dude, if you gave me that power, I would never be out of that like format physically.
Yeah, me either.
It's over. I mean, that's how I exist now. I'm in a cape.
I see. I think that would have been really. See, even with you saying that, that's like, in some ways, a more interesting story. Like, for Freddy, someone who's like physically disabled, like, I think it would have been interesting to have him go on that journey and be like, I don't want to go back to my body, you know? Like, I want to be this forever. I think that would have been like reconciling who he is versus like how he could move beyond it, but by abandoning himself and his family in some regards. You know what I mean? Like, they could do a lot with that and
They
kind of
could. I mean,
play into it.
feels like with Pedro they did that a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with Freddy, he has such an interesting take just by himself. I mean, God, that kid's a great actor. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he really stills the fuck out of scenes when he's on screen. I'm deeply curious about whatever's happening when he's there, but like when he turns into like his Marvel Junior, whatever what is he called?
Well, I think that's kind of the question, isn't it? None of them have code names.
They don't actually have the real names. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all just like pieces of the Marvel family.
By the way, I loved Michael Gray being like, "Get him, Captain Marvel!" Like the dude who played Billy Batson on the original Shazam show.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
In the shirt and everything.
That was good. I liked, I don't know, man. I really liked the uptake of like them growing into themselves versus these characters.
Mm-hmm.
The two actors that have to represent one person aside, I think there was real growth here. I mean, Shazam, Billy Batson doing the whole sacrifice play thing.
Mm-hmm.
That was really meaningful, but that was kind of the coup de grace of the whole family. I felt like they all tried to move toward what they were capable of,
Mm-hmm.
and I enjoyed that. And that is obviously in spite of the fact that apparently they were seen as failures the entire time.
That was a strange take, but I kind of enjoyed it. What were they called? The Philly Follies or something like that? I don't remember what it was called.
I don't remember either.
It wasn't that.
I had a thought that for a second I thought like the crew of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia was like, yeah, that feels like us.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, whole bridge falling in. They did their goddamnedest and still just didn't quite get it. But like you did. You saved people.
yeah. And I love the him saving Sandberg's wife and being like, "No way, I saved you while this song was on." Yeah.
I need a hero.
I loved Steve the Pin. I loved that whole gag with Helen Mirren reading that note.
Mm-hmm.
That was just, chef's kiss, man. I dug it. I was sitting there just laughing. And look, I enjoyed this movie.
I mean, Steve the Pin altogether is a hero by himself, frankly.
Yes. I enjoyed this movie while I had a guy sitting right behind me. There were only like 4 people in the theater, myself included.
Eating a Jolly Rancher.
No. The guy behind me, every joke and every
Guffaw.
every joke and every like big like cinematic moment with VFX or anything. This guy's like he said trash at least 4 times. Just trash. Just trash. Trash. He was so mad. He was,
you poor thing.
like I was like chuckling almost as much at him. But like you know how like if someone's a dick in a movie, you just like it bums you out. And I enjoyed this movie even with him doing all that. And I was like, buddy, you came to this movie looking to hate watch a thing.
You are willingly here. Like, what the fuck, man? You can just leave.
It's like, it was not bad, though. Like, I mean, you know, it could have played with a little more. It could have dug in on his heels a little more on some themes and whatnot, you know. The whole, you know, Freddie and his girlfriend both having overbearing siblings, you know. They kind of touched on that. There was room
to explore some other parts, yeah.
Yeah, they just, you know, stuck just the tip in, just for a second, just to see how it felt. Didn't do full penetration on that. Really could have used it. Or at least, you know, half whole. Like, give me a little more.
Yeah. But it was genuinely good to see certain things that were just expounded more than I ever thought they would be. Like, those unicorns looked fantastic.
They did.
Skittles commercial aside, and that was the funniest part to me of the entire movie, was like, all right, on the one hand, the suspension of disbelief deflated deeply with the Skittles commercial part.
I loved it.
I'm not hugely a fan of how much that took me out of the experience of watching it. But then the what was it they said? Like, taste the rainbow bitches later.
Oh no, I believe she said, "Yeah, motherfucker, taste the rainbow."
Yeah, there you go.
That's what she said.
Yeah, no, that the payoff was worth it. But all the little like chimeras, the Greek creatures, the minotaurs and everything else. Like, at some point I thought Wannabeast was going to show up, for God's sake.
Oh, that would have been fun.
It seemed like his scene, you know. Mm-hmm. It would have been there for him. But that whole, that whole sequence was genuinely amazing. And the outside of the box references to Game of Thrones and all that shit, like, this is just kind of a movie that really had fun with itself. Mm-hmm. Really hard to ignore that.
Here's the thing, though, about that Skittles commercial.
It's a very long Skittles commercial.
It's like intermittent small Skittles commercials throughout the movie, but there's a bunch of kids in there, man. I mean, I'm not a shill for Skittles, but you know how many times I mentioned Skittles when I was a kid? Do you know how many times I mentioned Skittles in a day or in a week, let's say, as a grown man? Me and my wife say taste the rainbow way too much. And this was way before Shazam came out. I like Skittles. Skittles
that's a thing that y'all have.
Skittles is fantastic. And you know what? Advertising does have an influence on people in real life. And honestly, some of those Skittles commercials used to be really great. They were funny as shit.
They were. They were. I don't hate on that at all.
They were like Tim and Eric weird, So I enjoyed all the Skittles stuff in this movie. I had no problem believing that Darla would be like picking out certain colors of Skittles because, the villain doesn't deserve anything but yellow or whatever it was.
It tastes the same.
I know.
It's like
only a little kid would not believe that. Like, no, the red ones taste better.
I know there's like a second when they're on your tongue that's different, but like, oh, come on. It's just a sugar packet. Mm-hmm. I
love Skittles, though.
Honestly, once they came up with sour Skittles, to me, regular Skittles can just die.
Oh, I'll eat either.
The sour Skittles that's the shit.
I like both of them.
Yeah.
I like to mix them. And I like to pour like bags of them into my mouth, like the little fun size bags, just like wow, and just like do the thing where you like just like compress and like make a big conglomeration of Skittles.
Yeah. You just want to like hold a toothbrush while you're emptying Skittles into your mouth, is what you're saying.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna do this for a few minutes. mintify my teeth.
People are always like, oh, it takes me out of the movie when it's like obviously a commercial. Okay, yes, but also they're kids. It took me out of like CW shows when they were like, all of a sudden they changed their computer to like some sort of like shitty like Google Pixel thing or something, like some like flimsy piece of cardboard with a Microsoft logo on it.
Yeah.
And they're like talking about how like functional it is. And you're like, what is happening?
Did you know about the thing where like Apple will not let themselves be seen on screen by a villain?
No.
It's apparently one of the big spoilers for Knives Out if you actually look at it. The only Android user in the film is the villain, the one that is revealed to be the villain.
That is really funny.
Apple will not let themselves be used by like Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees or some shit.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
It is what it is there.
That is ridiculous. Whatever, man.
Kind of makes sense.
But unless it's a comedy, what pulls me out more than anything is like when you're like, I don't want people to think this is an ad, so it's gonna be like a box of, Lucky Cheers instead of Lucky Charms, but it looks kind of similar.
Yeah.
Like all the weird fake products.
Yeah.
And in my adulthood, I've just sat there and went, you know what? They got them at Aldi.
Yeah.
They went to Aldi's or Aldi or something and got some strange generic knockoff brand. That's all right. That's what it is. That person was poor in Leprechaun. They had to get a different brand.
That worked.
Oh.
I mean, you got to hit it when people sneak in ads and stuff. I mean,
I don't. I just don't.
That also, I hate how much my underwear sneak into my comfort zone every day.
Well, that sounds like it's like an underwear ad, but it's not. I kind of wish we were still doing the underwear ads.
It's me Grundies.
Me Grundies.
Yeah, me Grundies. They actually last forever.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they cannot be killed.
Right. But every once in a while, when you put them in the dryer and you bring them back out, it's not a pair of underwear anymore. It's a pair of socks.
Possibly. But every attempt to kill me Grundies actually makes them stronger. Mm-hmm. Which is eventually a problem because they actually will possibly affect your ability to procreate. But that's just a long-term problem. In the meantime, they really are they're very coaching, in that area. Very helpful, very comfortable for the time being. Don't assault them. Don't assault them.
I don't know what's happening anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Look, man, if you haven't gone and seen Shazam, I'd absolutely say go check it out. Go to a matinee or something. Just go take a look at it in theaters or wait until streaming. I don't think it matters anymore.
Not at this point. It's coming out in digital in like a few days.
It sure is. Andre Sparks sent us an email, said Shazam Fury of the Gods was a blast. The amount of character work, world building, background of the characters, and action was all very well balanced. Zachary Levi did an amazing job as Shazam. Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu were amazing in their roles. Like, I'm used to seeing them in serious stuff, but they rocked this. The bridge scene and the unicorn scene were definitely awesome. Now that the gods are reborn, what will this mean for the future? Literally, they said maybe gods and humans can get along this time, and they weren't just talking about Wonder Woman. James Gunn's first chapter is called Gods and Monsters. Coincidence? I think it is in this case. Lastly, Waller leads the Justice Society. Does this mean we are getting Shazam in Peacemaker Season 2 or The Waller Show? Can't wait to see what you guys thought. I wouldn't put it past James Gunn to put Shazam in Peacemaker Season 2 or The Waller Show. I also wouldn't be surprised if we don't get anything. If Shazam just goes away.
Yeah, it probably will, for being honest. To be revisited, later with appearances, cameos, mentions, whatever. I think that's probably where this property lands.
I mean, if Zachary Levi could stop having mental breakdowns on live streaming, that would be great.
That would help, yeah.
Otherwise, I think like they could probably just have him show up in another thing as Ash or Angel and just be like, yeah, I don't like that other guy anymore. I'm pretty confident in myself. FlashArt88 on Twitter says we just came out of it and we loved it. Great fun. Plus, it gave us a live version of My Little Pony that I can get behind.
Beautiful. I think these are better reviews than we actually did. It's definitely more concise and descriptive.
I know.
Frankly, just post that. Just delete everything I'm going to send you. Just post what they did.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it'll be that, and then I'm just going to say, like, sounds great afterwards.
Lexi Claire on Twitter says, I rewatched the first one last night to prepare for this one, and this is one of the few movies out there I think nailed the sequel even better than the original. That is funny that she says that because I think I am split. I think the original did certain things better, and the new one did certain things better. I think the original did family better, a lot of the family dynamic and the way the kids relate to each other. And I think
I thought the second one did better.
Really?
Yeah.
You think that?
No, I deeply loved the family vibe on the second one more.
Interesting.
I mean, they were both great, I think, but like the second one better for me on that.
Interesting. Well, see, Jason and I disagree. You guys got to go check it out and tell for yourselves.
Yeah, just give us time. I'll find something to fight him on. God damn it.
It's like the motto of our show.
Contrarian by nature. I'll see you there.
Sarah Taylor.
No, genuinely,
on Twitter.
like that mom hugging Asher when she just wants to see him in Asher, like in Billy form one more time. That really fucking got me in the theater. Like throat closed, whole thing.
I was kind of mad at myself because of the beginning of the movie when everyone says, bye, Mom, and he goes, bye, whatever her name is, Rosa, whatever her name is. And then, like, the dad is like, he'll get there, give him time. And I'm like, first of all, it's been 2 years, according to the movie's timeline.
Yeah, but if you're, like, in a foster situation, like, they are great fucking parents, man. Like,
yeah.
They're always there. They're always, like, concern. By the way, one of the major things that we haven't mentioned about this film that was so amazing is how fucking tight money is.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're hurting. They are hurting, and it means something. It was really nice to see that.
Maybe they wouldn't be hurting so bad if the house would stop getting struck by lightning. You asshole kids.
No. That was a good gag. I mean, if they should just start up like a side project where they, charge phones for a couple dollars a pop.
Yeah. Yeah. But so like when
Insta charge.
When he was like, he'll get there, I was like, oh, okay. At the end of the movie, before he goes off to fight the big bad, he'll call her mom or something, like that's what my thoughts were. Those were my thoughts that, they're setting up a big emotional thing. So, like, that's the kind of shit that takes me out of it. It was, like, that kind of heavy foreshadowing. Not Skittles. Kids eat Skittles.
To that extent, like, no, I don't think anyone's ever called a Skittle ambrosia.
I mean, they just said it was the closest thing they had.
Yeah.
But that's part of the beauty of it, because they're kids. Of course, that's what they think. Skittles. That's the closest thing we have to, like,
no, that's ambrosia. Why I loved it, too, is, like,
yeah.
For Darla to just think, like, this is the greatest thing, so that's all that matters. It's so fucking adorable. It's just so fucking adorable. No, it doesn't make sense. Yes, it makes me very happy. Even though I sound sad about it, apparently.
Yeah, you do sound sad about it. Did I read this? Sarah Taylor on Twitter said, if you like the first, you'll like the second. Fun film. Responded to us, and I agree. I do think it's mostly about the same in terms of quality. I think the first one had a little more charm and a lot less budget. Maybe should have stuck with that formula the second time around, but it's okay.
Honestly, no. I mean, for what it is, I thought Upping the Ante was probably the way to go. Like, especially when the decision was made to do so. Not in the current climate when it was released, but when it was, conceived back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
That would have made sense to me. And damn it, I think they did a great job with what they had. one of the parts that hurts me about even our discussion about this is, damn it, man, I don't think anyone did anything wrong. This was a good movie. This was just straight up a good movie. It just doesn't have like a seat at the table currently. It shouldn't have been put out in the climate that it was being put out in.
Yeah.
It didn't have the marketing, and I don't think it has the future that it should have. And Sandberg's comments on Twitter pretty much solidify that for anyone who was curious. Like, he's done.
He's leaving superhero movies for a while.
Yeah, he's out. He's doing horror. And that's great. He's probably going to do great at horror. Of course, he always has. But it doesn't... I hate how it's seated is all. It's capable of so much more. Much like the first one was, frankly. But this one really hurts because, yeah, it's just underappreciated, I think, in the numbers. And then probably in retrospect for the whole DCEU. And, that's involved, including, Gal Gadot showing up. And, God, we haven't really mentioned that. Like, an actual inclusion of Wonder Woman. Not just the stand-in, that was a funny bit.
It wasn't a funny bit, It wasn't. Because it turned into vitriol and turns into, asshole fans screaming about, like, they deep-faked Wonder Woman. They did not deep-fake Wonder Woman. She was
No,
there.
I mean, the bit itself was funny, short of those assholes. Like, the bit early on showing up and...
yeah, the wizard.
Yeah.
Which, that was not well received. That was shown out of context online by assholes and received by assholes in an asshole way.
Yeah, and I hope they get what's coming to them and as far as the enjoyment of the whole thing, which I think they have. As in, get fucked, assholes. I enjoyed my movie. You didn't.
Yeah, well, I believe they enjoyed it flopping more than we probably enjoyed the movie.
Schadenfreude's not as good as serotonin. I'm gonna try to make that a bumper sticker.
Yeah, I didn't get that much serotonin because almost immediately after I saw it, it was the entire internet was screaming it's a flop, and the numbers were meeting that out, and I was sad because the thing that I really enjoyed is probably not going further, and I so ardently feel like it does not deserve that. Like, David F. Sandberg is amazing. This movie was pretty damn good, and I just really wanted it to do so much better than it did.
Yeah. I mean, it was hamstrung is the big problem, honestly. Yeah. It was capable of more.
And now we're weirdly moving back around to that.
Billy Bats in Fury of the Gods instead of Shazam Fury of the Gods.
No, I don't feel like that at all. Astro Angel is barely in this movie.
No, I don't mean the representation. I mean, what it was capable of versus, its full skill set. I mean...
Gotcha.
Who would win an arm wrestling match kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. I think there was a better way forward in making this movie. Mm-hmm. Maybe by using comic book villains or... just recasting The Rock and making Black Adam anyway, just something. Just there was, and I mean they couldn't do anything about it because it was Warner Brothers. But it's I really do just feel like there was something just really wrong with WB.
Oh no, apoptic. Let's introduce that word to the entire process. Apoptic. Motherfuckers just want to do things wrong. Apparently.
Yeah.
It's scary and confusing and infuriating. Frustrating? Confusing? Did I use that already?
Yeah, I don't know. But
how many words do we want to employ here? Because, all of them. By
the way, this movie, Shazam! Fury of the Gods,
mm-hmm.
it was made before Gunn and Safran took over.
Yeah.
It was done. So, and here's another little thing. I don't know if you saw this. Zack Snyder was on the Vodka stream for the Full Circle event, talking to Scott McClellan from DC Squadcast and Dave from Film Junkie,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Zach was saying, he was really thankful to the current regime at WB who's allowing him to run those movies in IMAX. And he says, the people in charge right now are lovely. And then Zach pointed out, James is a buddy of mine. And I was just like, fucking suck it, you toxic pieces of shit. Who keeps saying that, like, James claims that he's friends with Zach, but Zach never says it in return. And anyone who's a friend of James is a pedo. And, oh my God, just suck it. And I really do think that, like, someday down the line, be it under the label of Elseworlds or not, there is room to restore some modicum of the Snyderverse and finish that story. But Zach just needs to not be doing like 7 films for Netflix.
Yeah. He is tied up at the moment.
As is everyone else, except for Ray Fisher.
Yeah. I saw a trailer recently with him in it, but I couldn't remember what it was.
It's probably Rebel Moon.
No, it wasn't that. I hadn't seen a trailer for Rebel Moon yet.
Oh.
Although I am curious.
Sure. But yeah, so I because of, things that you hear, because of Zach's praise of the current regime at Warner Brothers, there
is some
I'm
proof
hopeful.
in the pudding here as far as
I'm hopeful. Not necessarily for a Snyderverse restoration, which I am, but I am just hopeful that, like, this current group are more mindful and more intelligent than the previous 15 groups.
Honestly, as much as I enjoy being hopeful, and, well, I say that. That's not really my personality. As much as I would like to be hopeful, it's kind of like, after all we've gone through, as far as all the other regimes, I don't know, man, pessimist version is like, could it get worse?
Yeah.
I mean, could it really? I mean, you're gonna just dump Warner Brothers at this point? Like, it has to die. It has to literally die to get worse.
Okay. It could get worse. One, we could go, well, superhero movies could, I mean, look, I'm genuinely, people are rolling their eyes about this, the people who are saying this, but I am a little worried about superhero films. They really do have to reinvent themselves at this point because it's getting to a place, Shazam! Fury of the Gods got, what was it, 58%, some 52%, I don't even know, on Rotten Tomatoes. But what did the last Marvel movie do? Ant-Man. Ant-Man 3 got like 47% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, the critics are now starting to eat the critics are now starting to eat their beloveds. They're taking apart Marvel now. Like,
no, but that's the whole point. Like, that is a different ecosystem to me. Like, the critics will always, like, they're predators. They'll eat everything alive. That's their only job. We
wouldn't have said that a few years ago. We would have said, like, the mouse carries weight, And now the critics are just shitting on everything, or so much of what Marvel is doing, shitting on DC. It's not even fair anymore for people to keep writing these articles going like, oh, the last several DC films haven't been received well. Are you just forgetting the Batman that was received really well?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Like, but, now it seems like Marvel's being attacked a whole lot more. A lot more people are splitting off and saying they don't care for what Marvel's doing.
I genuinely just think that's like a unique part of the history of this whole conversation is there's never been anything like Endgame.
No.
And I think a lot of people are having trouble reframing how to like feel good about the future after that.
Yeah. And what's interesting
and unfortunately those people have, a lot of words to put on the internet.
Yeah. But my primary concern is I don't want to go back to like a Batman movie every 3 years where they mention Metropolis and I'm supposed to be happy because that's as close as I'll ever get.
No, I get that too. I don't want to get back to like the teases about all that. I mean, and that has some real validity to it because it was different back in the day where that cost too much.
Mm-hmm.
We're past that now. Clearly.
I think...
I mean, fucking Thanos affected Ant-Man. Fucking, are you kidding me? Like,
you want to know the truth? I really think superhero movies need to get small. I think they need to have really small budgets. I think they need to write smaller than they were. I think they need to be more intimate. And if there's going to be this many superhero movies, they definitely need to do that because they're killing the VFX houses. They are putting way too much.
That part's a real deal.
They are putting way too much work on these people.
Like if we had a Marvel podcast, we would have spent a lot of time talking about that particular part of it. Mm-hmm. Especially after this last week.
And, people are screaming like, Shazam! Fury of the Gods has really dodgy CGI. Yeah, they're all freaking overworked. They only have so much time to do this shit. Like, and then when script changes happen, you go back in, like, oh, we need this different. In a week? Okay. So, I don't know. All of them are being, like, ass plowed by Marvel and occasionally DC.
Yeah, that part happens. That part really happens.
I think is well on the way. I think we're already seeing the real beginnings of it. Superhero movies are going to have to find a way to be innovative and either cut down, either VFX are going to have to change in such a way that they're going to be a lot cheaper to make and look just as good. Or what I hope happens is they figure out a way to highlight character and make things look cool without having to do special effects. Like, AKA, write a script, do a storyboard, and stick to it. Stop editing everything in post. Don't be like Marvel. Marvel, stop being like Marvel. Stop filming everything on a damn green screen. Well, honestly, I don't know what else to say. I just really hope that someday soon we'll figure out how to make these DC movies really stand out in a way that the general audience digs them and the fan base isn't so splintered. In the meantime, I'll just keep watching them and enjoying them if I can, which I did this one. And what do you think? Any last thoughts?
I think it would stand out without all the, hilariously enough, all the division. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the whole point of this film is unity, and the division is what's going to keep it from being great.
I honestly don't think the division
being received well.
I don't think the division, there's this whole debate about whether Snyder fans had a big hand in this thing flopping. I don't think so, because how many of these toxic Snyder fans? Not all of them are toxic. I am a Snyder fan. Many of our friends are Snyder fans, and we don't consider them toxic.
I watched 3 Snyder films this weekend.
That's right.
I'm not exaggerating.
I know. Here's my point, though. Like, the toxic Snyder fans did not want Matt Reeves, the Batman, to succeed. Did the general audience give a damn? Not one bit.
It made it.
So, I don't think.
What was Joker supposed to do? Fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Look, all of that is still it's splintering in a way that that's what I'm getting at is I don't feel like people had a esprit de corps about getting to this movie. Mm-hmm. There was no momentum, and it's not the movie's fault. And the movie itself, I think could have done great things on its own merit if it wasn't attached to some of the other bullshit that's going on.
I really do think it's a death by 1,000 cuts, like I said before.
Yeah.
1,000%
or 100%. And you're.
It's like keeping Black Adam and Shazam separate.
Yeah.
Keeping Black Adam not being great in the first place, not really getting a lot of people interested in it. The whole James Gunn is going to reboot narrative. It's just everything. The Cavill coming in and then being ousted immediately. Warner Brothers and DC are still giving the notion to general audiences, we don't know what the hell this is, and we don't have our shit together.
Yeah, it's not there yet. I think there will definitely be a time, and I think it's coming soon. And at the very least, I think I'm gonna, really put my hopes in the new regime, the Gunn Safran, get your shit together kind of regime. Mm-hmm. But that's only because it's hope. It costs me nothing, and I like to feel good. So, why not give it a chance? But for what's happening right now, these last little dregs of the previous universe. Yeah, it is going to be as disappointing as this is in the numbers.
Mm-hmm. No matter how much they say, well, if you support it, it might not be, the dregs of the last universe. It might actually be part of the new universe.
I mean, it really could be, and I have all the hope in the world for that too. But
yeah,
but it is what it is as far as that goes.
Mm.
Yeah, we're in a new place now. And I do hate that this film was affected by it because it was really fun.
Yep, we're in a new place. Same as the old place.
For you and me, yes.
Constant expectation of reboot.
Yeah.
We don't know what Hamada's doing. Oh, now we don't know what James Gunn is doing.
Yeah.
And, what was it? Now we don't know what Tsujihara's doing. Now we don't know what Toby Emmerich is doing. Now we don't know what...
Sarnoff for a second there.
Yeah, well, Kyler and Hamada.
Yeah. The advice I've given you so many times. Bend your knees. Bend your knees.
Just keep collecting McFarlane toys as you can and just hold on.
I mean, in all of that, still, come on, man. The whole reason we enjoy these films is because there's hope. So, fuck it. Have some hope.
Mm-hmm.
I still do, and I don't regret it.
I'm just trying to stay off of...
It's definitely not going to be like what we... it's definitely not going to be like what anyone expected, but...
I'm just trying to stay off Twitter.
Oh, that is a place where hope dies.
I know.
Yeah.
And Facebook.
Yeah. That part's rough.
Man. I think that does it for this episode of DC On Screen. What do you think?
Yep, let's call it.
All right. We will be back, hopefully next week with news and any feedback you guys give us. If you would like to leave us feedback, we'd love to see positive reviews, if I could speak correctly, on our Apple Podcast page. We can also be reached through Patreon, dconscreen@gmail.com, or DC On Screen on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find us and comment through Facebook and YouTube. We are in all the places. Become a patron, and we'll probably be more apt to read your comment.
Definitely more apt to see it.
Yeah, patreon.com/DC On Screen. And I sincerely hope you find your way back to us. Until you do, though, keep some DC on your screen.
Bye.
Our intro music is by Jason Goss and Michael Shackelford. Michael's band, Galactic Engineers of Magnetic Sounds, or GEMS, can be found on SoundCloud and Bandcamp. Visit DCOnScreen.com to find our Patreon, merch, contact information, and every episode of the show for free, including crossovers we've done with other podcasts. DC On Screen is a maladjusted production. For more from me and Jason, including sketch comedy, vlogs, parodies, and our improvised web series Hey Guy, visit maladjusted.tv.